morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today, we've got a bunch of news stories we need to have a chat about, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go and have a chat about a bunch of news stories, shall we? That seems like a moderately sensible thing to do. So let's start off with a couple of new Pokemon V boxes, which have gone and been revealed. Now, they've been listed at Best Buy, and they do seem to be exclusive to Best Buy. They're going to be releasing on November the 4th, and they're going to be retailing for $19.99. Now, what is weird is that these do seem to have exclusive foil promo cards, but you can't actually see them in the boxes initially, which just seems weird to me. So let's start off having a little bit of a chat about this Kyurem V box. What we've got here is a Kyurem V, the one from Lost Origin, a Jumbo Kyurem V, 4 booster packs, obviously, and then apparently there is a Zekrom as well. Now you'll notice, if we look at how these recent boxes have been packed, you'll notice, if we look at something like, the Hisuian Electrode box as an example, that is clearly packed in a way where the extra foil cards you get, in this case, Electrode, is very much front and center to the box. Doesn't have to be. You could easily just put the two promos one in front of each other, which seems to be what they've done here. This just seems weird to me. If you're asking for my opinion as to why they've done it this way, my opinion's pretty simple. They probably had a bunch of the designs left over. Bearing in mind, if you look at the two boxes side by side, one of them has space, a little space in the vacuum sealed, made, call it what you will, front for one card, and one has two spaces side by side for one card each, 2 in total. So other than that, it's pretty much the same in terms of the packaging. So if Pokemon had a bunch of the one card fronts handy, then it would make sense to use them not for stuff like the Hisuian Electrode box, but for stuff like the Best Buy box, because it's exclusive to Best Buy and that makes it a bit exciting, etc. That's my business teacher guess. I don't know for certain, but that does seem to be a pretty sensible way to do it. Hey, we got most of this packaging left over. Let's give it to the Best Buy box, shall we? Now, as for the Zekrom and which one it's going to end up being, as far as I'm aware, there's only really one choice here, and that is it kind of has to be the Zekrom from Vivid Voltage. Now, I suppose it doesn't have to be. There is also the Zekrom from Celebrations, but Pokemon don't use the cards from Celebrations as promos in products like this. And because they don't use a Zekrom, they don't use any Celebrations, they're probably not going to use a Zekrom. So for that reason, it seems to be pretty clear that we've got the Zekrom from Vivid Voltage here. Can't say for absolute certainty until we actually go and buy it and see it. But come on, ladies and gentlemen. It does seem at this stage like a little bit of a given it's going to be that Zekrom. Is that Zekrom any good? Not really. I mean, to be fair, it's free energy 130, and you can do 60 to yourself with paralysis. So I do kind of love the idea here that you can 2 turns in a row get the paralysis going without actually KOing yourself. That's kind of lovely, but I'm still not really buying it, I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen. The Kyurem, however, is actually pretty cool. Now, I'm not going to sit here and argue it's an amazing Kyurem, but I am going to tell you that the early Lost Origin testing I've been seeing around is showing that this is legit. Now, legit does not mean top tier. Legit means it could be good. Now, Kyurem itself is actually kind of decent. Single water energy, attach any number of water energy from your hand to your Pokemon in any way you like. If you can get a decent amount of energy in hand, especially if you can survive a hit, this adds up really quickly. You've then got Kyurem Vmax with the ability Glaciated World that lets you discard the top card of your deck, but if it's a water energy, and there are ways to fix that, you attach it to one of your Pokemon. And then free energy 120, discarding any amount of water from this Pokemon, dealing 50 more for each one you discarded in this way. I really like Kyurem VMAX, and there do seem to be a bunch of people out there who are making this work, doing alright with it, playing it with some success, so all I'm saying is, this one looks kind of cool. Now, as for the other V-Box, this one might look a tiny bit familiar, It's Mew! Yay! Now, it might look a little bit familiar because I showed you the other day that there was a Mew V Box very much like this coming out in France. Now, what's super interesting is that the one in France is basically the same box, but if you put them side by side, you will notice one gigantic difference. The French Mew box does have the packaging that shows off both promo cards. Now, to be clear, we do have a listing here of the product that does say it does include a foil card featuring Mewtwo, and we can tell from the French box, if it wasn't obvious enough, we can tell from the French box it is most definitely the Mewtwo from Brilliant Stars. It's just a little bit weird to me that the box over in France is basically the same, but just with one little change, and that is the fact that the Mewtwo is in the box over here, or in the US at least, but it's not actually shown off on the front like it is in the French box. Now, this is another great opportunity for me to remind you guys that when a product is a Best Buy exclusive, it doesn't mean Best Buy is the only place in the entire world you're going to find it. It means Best Buy is the only place in the entire United States of America that you are going to find it. And that is a gigantic difference. A lot of people, I've realized over the past couple of weeks, a lot of people see stuff like GameStop exclusive or Best Buy exclusive, and they think that's a worldwide exclusive. Most of the time that's not true, and they do end up coming out elsewhere in other countries. Does that guarantee this is going to come out in the UK? No. Which actually really sucks. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's not coming out anywhere else. So Kyurem we've only seen in Best Buy in the US. The Mew we've only actually seen at Best Buy in the US and over in France. Will it come out in other places? I don't know. But we've got more of these V-Boxes with promos and jumbo promos and all of that, so that's lovely. Although do remember what I told you last time I told you about this Mew box when it came out in France. There is a right Mew, and it's not this one. Remember, we do have the Mew V from Fusion Strike, which you have to play because, of course, that is a Fusion Strike Pokemon. This one isn't, and certainly for abilities like Genesect that draws cards depending on how many Fusion Strike Pokemon you've got in play, there is absolutely no way whatsoever you can afford to play the other Mew. You literally can't do it, so it's a fun little card. You can't play it. Buy it for your collection if nothing else. And finishing off with somewhat weirder news here, we've got, well, it's coming from Pokemon TCG Asia over on Facebook, and it is the Togedemaru Pokemon TCG Pokemon GO Showdown 2022. And what you have to do is go and catch free Togedemaru at Sunway Pyramid Blue Concourse between the 16th and 18th of September to get a free fun pack. The free Togedemaru do have to be caught on the same day, and the fun pack is only redeemable once. So go and catch free Togedemaru in Pokemon GO, and then go and show them you caught free, and then they're gonna give you a fun pack. Which on the one hand is cool, and on the other hand, we have talked about these fun packs before. Please do bear in mind that these fun packs are, what's a nice way to put it? Disappointing. I think is a fair way to put it. Yeah, I'm sorry. Basically, you get 2 commons and a reverse holo. Now, as I showed you in my opening I did for the advent calendar, you can actually get rare cards in here. You can get reverse holos of rare cards. I tend to get these fun packs on the front of magazines in the UK, and actually I need to keep an eye open because there's going to be the Lost Origin ones coming soon. I don't have those yet. So they're kind of cool. I mean, it's nice to open one. You get a little leaflet in there as well telling you a bit about the set. So it's nice to open one and keep one sealed. They're kind of nice, but I'll be honest with you, these are not essential Pokemon TCG products. Remember in the advent calendar I showed you there's like 6 of these? Few too many, ladies and gentlemen. Few too many. Although the more time goes by, do remember that advent calendar, it has like 6 regular booster packs and it has a whole bunch of exclusive promos. So make no mistake about it, that is still very much a product I endorse wholeheartedly. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. This sounds fun, right? We got a couple of new Pokemon V boxes. We got a weird Togedemaru crossover, which is rather lovely. Just nobody mention that you are getting Astral Radiance fun packs, and there isn't a Togedemaru in Astral Radiance. Just don't mention it, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody needs to know. If anybody's wondering, the only one that's actually been released in the Sword and Shield area, although we know there's one coming in Silver Tempest, the only one that's been released in the Sword and Shield area so far is one in Fusion Strike. So, I don't know, maybe they should have gone Fusion Strike fun packs, or maybe that's not an option. I don't know. For now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about all of these stories, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games and all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, you can get bonus podcasts, answer all of your questions, you can join a Discord and chat fun Pokemon stuff with us, and I give shout-outs to people like the lovely Dorothy Botka, who is one of our patrons, has been for just over a month now, and is a very lovely person indeed. So yeah, thanks for the support, thanks for being a lovely person. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.